I think a lot of people have this misconception that if they don't, especially in big corporations where they have a lot of clauses and all, if they don't stay in that particular organization for like 2 years, or especially in the first company, if they don't stay there for 1 year or 2 years or 3 years, then it might have a negative impact on their resume. But it is not so, especially if it's a first company, because it is very, very, very common in this industry that people move away from the first company in the first few months itself.
So you're right now in Karza, which is like a fintech, right? And Find was e-commerce. Why did you change, and how did you change, and what was the whole transition like?
Find is an e-commerce company, and it is quite different than Karza in terms of the industry it is in terms of what work it does. So yeah, it was a very big transition for me, because if you have to come in at a tech lead level, you need to know basics of that industry as well. But yeah, it depends on the people which are around you, because most of our senior management is from financial background. They are able to convey their messages very well, concepts very well, and even at any level, even as a tech lead, I'm very same as I was as a junior engineer, in the sense that I still have to ask everyone a lot of questions. Even as a fresher, if you just go from one company to another, you might face this issue that the tech is completely changed, but you will have to adapt to that, because if you are clear with your basics, if you learn the concepts of data structures of one programming language, or web development concepts well, or if you are a app developer, the concepts well in that regard, the front end development concepts well, you will be able to transition from one tech to another and one industry to another very well.
So in these two industries, were the programming language any different?
I still work mostly in Python, which I have been using since almost 4 years now. When I was transitioning from TCS to Find, at that time I was a .NET developer in TCS. At that time I found that switch to be a bit hard, but I had my concepts clear in .NET. Just learn everything you can in that one concept, in that one programming language. If you want to be a backend developer, learn how to build projects, just experiment, just start building something like a notepad application or a calendar app or something like that. And you can, if you just have your concepts clear, then the transitioning is not very difficult. You get people who help you to adjust, you get time to adjust, because everybody in this industry knows it's not very easy at any level, even as a junior engineer, as a fresher, or as a senior developer, as a tech lead, to adjust to new technology. So people realize this at every level. So yeah, it is always a learning curve. It is always a learning process. Even if you switch your roles, even if you switch a job, if you switch a profile.
For a fresher, if they think that their growth is stopping in one point, they should change. They should not focus on, I had to stay 3 years or 2 years in this company.
I think a lot of people have this misconception that if they don't, especially in big corporations where they have a lot of clauses and all, if they don't stay in that particular organization for like 2 years, or especially in the first company, if they don't stay there for 1 year or 2 years or 3 years, then it might have a negative impact on their resume. But it is not so, especially if it's a first company, because it is very, very, very common in this industry that people move away from the first company in the first few months itself. They have a very different set of expectations which is set from the interview process or anything, or when they first learn about the company, or from their peers or from their friends. But when they join the company, so if you're not comfortable in working in such a company, you really should consider different opportunities. Nobody will judge you on that, especially if it's your first or second company, because people realize that you did not fit in there, and you can just always give that reason that you were just not comfortable with the culture.
So as a tech lead, you are interviewing a lot of people, and some of them are freshers. So what are your expectations? What is your ideal candidate?
So in freshers, we look for skills like learning capabilities, their desire to learn, their attitude. They show good intent. They want to work for you. That is a good thing. We also ask a bit of problem solving questions, few scenario based things as well, logical reasoning and stuff like that, to understand if the person has a mental capability to be able to perform a job he is interviewing for. And there is a notion that engineers don't have very good soft skills, because they might not be very well prepared in college and might not participate in such many debates and activities as such. I find that a bit weird, because I guess in college people have plenty of opportunity to hone those skills. They have debate clubs, they have societies, you can organize fest, you can organize competitions and a lot of stuff. Because the engineers I've been working with, they lose their skills after college, because I think I've been working almost for 5 years now, and I can counted in one hand the times I've had to speak somewhere on stage. Engineers don't get the opportunity to talk formally after college. Skills like this can be developed in college itself, because after college it becomes very difficult, and if you had those skills you lose them over time, because job of engineer is a bit isolated depending on your role and company, of course.
So, Ikwinder, you have not done masters, right?
No.
So, are you planning to do master? Do you think masters is important, or what is your thought about this?
I thought about doing masters when I was in college. I wanted to do an MBA. I wanted to go for that management life and all, but since I started, doing development and learning more about this stuff, I really lost my desire to do that, because I am more focused on the tech aspect of it, and I would like to spend more time in development part as well. If you want to go into the managerial role, then you should definitely go for MBA, because you can get to a managerial role using BTech as well, but that will be tech specific. MBA might offer you an opportunity to move away from a tech domain and to finance, to marketing, to other sectors as well. And as far as MTech goes, currently MTech does not really offer that much of an advantage in the private sector. Maybe if you wanted to apply for a government job, if you wanted to study abroad, you can try for MTech or ME. In the current scenario, MTech is not very advantageous in the current company trends and all. It does not offer you that much of an advantage over a regular BTech. But if you want to go for government jobs, some might ask for an MTech degree. Or if you want to go abroad, in that case you can go for an ME. That helps a lot if you want to get into research. Basically, in that case also MTech is advantageous, but in private sector I really don't think MTech offers any advantage currently.
Would you like to give any advice to current engineering students?
If you are especially in that placement zone in like third or fourth year of your college, or if you just passed out, I mean, you should just focus on classes just to pass the classes, but you have to put in effort yourselves as well to learn what the industry is looking for, because the trends change a lot. Currently trends might be different. For the time I was a fresher, the trends were different. So right now, just look at the industry trend. Basically, if you search for a keyword, you look new keywords which are coming in, or trending keywords, and on Stack Overflow, on even Naukri, on Hirist, on AngelList, or anything. I think Stack Overflow gives a great trend pattern. What are the things which will come in future, and what are the things we should look for. Start learning those things. That's it. I mean, no college will teach you those things. That is not in the curriculum. Other thing I would say is, while you're in college, the biggest advantage would be to have a good network. So make more friends, have a good network. That will go a long way than your degree or anything else, if you have a strong network in terms of friends, because you will not only will you have good friends, you will realize where people are working in, you will realize what tech they are using in that company, you will realize what is trending in each company. Moreover, you will have a way into getting into that company. If you want to, a reference system is really good to get into any company in the world.
Thank you, Ikwinder. It was an amazing conversation that we had. I'm sure our viewers will learn a lot from this. Thank you so much.